Oh, I'm back with Deuteronomy chapter 4 today. Today I'm back with chapter 4, Obey the Lord. Now, Israel, listen to the rules and laws I'm going to teach you. Obey them and you will live. You'll go in and take over the land. The Lord was the God of your people of long ago. He's giving you the land. Don't add to what I'm commanding. You don't subtract from it either. Instead, obey the commands of the Lord your God that I'm giving you. Your own eyes saw that the Lord your God did all at Bar Peor. He destroyed every one of your people who worshipped the Baal that was worshipped at Peor. But all of you who remained true to the Lord your God are still alive today. I've taught you your rules and laws, just as the Lord my God commanded me. Obey them in the land you are entering to take as your very own. Be careful to keep them. That will show the nations how wise and understanding you are. They will hear about all these rules. They will say, a great nation certainly has wise and understanding people. The Lord our God is near us every time we praise him. What other nation is great enough to have its gods set close to them? I'm giving you the laws of the Lord today. What other nation is great enough to have rules and laws as fair as these? Don't be careless. Instead, be very careful. Don't forget these things your eyes have seen. As long as you live, don't let them slip from your mind. Teach them to your children and your children after them. Remember the day you stood at Mount Horeb. The Lord your God was there. He said to me, bring the people to me to hear my words. I want them to learn to have respect for me as long as they live in the land. I want them to teach my words to their children. You came near and stood at the front of the mountain. It blazed with fire that reached as high as the very heavens. There were black clouds and deep darkness. Then the Lord spoke to you out of the fire. You heard the sounds of his words, but you didn't see any shape or form. You only heard the voice. He announced this covenant to you. The covenant is the 10 Commandments. He commanded you to obey them. Then he wrote them down on 2 stone tablets. At that time, the Lord directed me to teach you his rules and laws. You must obey them in the land you are crossing the Jordan River to take as your own. Don't make or worship statues of gods. The Lord spoke to you at Mount Horeb out of the fire. But you didn't see any shape or form that day. So be very careful. Make sure you don't commit a horrible sin. Don't make for yourselves a statue of a god. Don't make a god that looks like a man or a woman or anything else. Don't make one that looks like any animal on earth or any bird that flies in the sky. Don't make a statue that looks like any creature that moves along the ground or any fish that swims in the water. When you look up at the heavens, you'll see the sun and the moon. You will see the huge numbers of stars. Don't let anyone tempt you to bow down to the sun, moon, or stars. Don't worship things the Lord your God has provided for all the nations on earth. Egypt was like a furnace that melts iron down and makes it pure. But the Lord took you and brought you out of Egypt. He wanted you to be his very own people. And that's exactly what you are. So, we're going to read the box later, but I need to show you this. So, wait a second. Well, I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to this looks horrible. Yeah. Life in Bible times. Statues of gods. In Moses' time, some people worshipped statues of gods called idols. The idols were made out of wood, metal, These statues, of course, could not hear or see or speak. God did not want the Israelites to worship idols. God promised the Israelites that if they loved and obeyed only Him, He would protect them and take care of them. That's something no statue could ever do. This cat probably came from Egypt. This thing, I think I saw this one in Exodus. And this one, it looks horrible. This is probably from Egypt. I think I saw it on Genesis. This is horrible. These things look very exactly horrible. So let's just don't believe these kind of idol things. Yeah, they look terrible and they couldn't speak, but God can speak. So yeah, God's the real God. Just know that. Well, guys, back to the story. The Lord was angry with me because of what you did. He promised that He would never let me across the Jordan River. He promised that I would never enter that good land. It's the land the Lord your God is giving you as your own. I'll lie there in this land. I won't go across the Jordan, but you are about to cross over it. You will take that good land as your own. Be careful. Don't forget the covenant the Lord your God made with you. Don't make for yourselves a statue of any god at all. He has told you not to, so don't do it. The Lord your God is like a fire that burns everything up. He wants to worship only Him. So don't make a statue of a god. Don't commit that horrible sin. Don't do it even after you have had children and grandchildren. Don't do it even after you have lived in the land a long time. If you do, that will be an evil thing in the sight of the Lord your God. You'll make Him angry. Today I'm calling out to the heavens and earth by witness against you. Suppose you do these things, then you will quickly die in the land you are going across the Jordan River to take over. You won't live there very long. You'll certainly be destroyed. The Lord will drive you out of your land. He'll scatter you among the nations. Only a few of you will remain alive there. There you will worship gods that men have made out of wood and stone. Those gods can see, hear, eat, or smell. Perhaps while you are there, you'll see the Lord your God. You will find Him if you seek Him with all your heart and with all your soul. All things I've told you about might happen to you, and you will be in trouble. But later you will return to the Lord your God. You'll obey Him. The Lord your God is tender and loving. He won't leave you or destroy you. He won't forget the covenant He made with your people of long ago. He gave us word when He made it. The Lord is God. Ask now about the days of long ago. Find out what happened long before your time. Ask about what has happened since the time God created human beings on the earth. Ask from one end to the world to the other. Has anything as great as this ever happened? Has anything like it even been heard of? You heard the voice of God speaking out of fire, and you lived. Has that happened to any other people? Has any God ever tried to take one nation out of another to be His own? Has any God done by testing His people? Has any God done with the signs and amazing deeds or with a war? Has any God reached out His mighty hand and powerful arm? Or has any God shown His people His great and wonderful acts? The Lord your God did all those things for you in Egypt With your very own eyes, you saw him to do them. The Lord showed you those things so that you might know he is God. There is no other God except him. From heaven, he made you hear his voice. He wanted to teach you. On earth, he showed you his great fire. You heard his words coming out of the fire. He loved your people for a little long ago. He chose their children after them, so he brought you out of Egypt. He used his great strength to do it. He drove out nations to make room for you. They were greater and stronger than you are. He will bring you into their land. He wants to give it to you as your very own. The whole land is as good as yours right now. The Lord is God in heaven above and on the earth below. You must agree with that and made it too hard. There is no other God. I'm giving you his rules and commands. Say, obey them, then things will go well with you and your children after you. You will live a long time in the land. The Lord your God is living you the land for all time to come. Cities to run for safety. Then Moses set apart 3 cities each side of the Jordan River. Suppose someone killed a person they didn't hate, and without meaning to do it, that person could run to one of those cities and stay alive. Here are the names of the cities. Bezer was the king for the people of Reuben. It was in the high plains and the desert. Ramoth was for people of Gad. It was in Gilead. Golan was for the people of Manasseh. It was in Bashan. So the first, beside, at the right side of the Jordan River, the river, there's the high plains of the desert. Ramoth was for the people of Gad. It was in Gilead. And Golan was for the people of Manasseh. It was in Bashan. And we didn't read it yet, but there's Bezer. That is for the people of Reuben. So we built these three right now. So after we get this all land, we get this 3 more. So yeah, before we do it, let's just read the box. First, the treasure. The Lord showed you those things to do, that you might know he is God. There is no other God except him. Moses gives the law to Israel. Here's the law Moses gave the Israelites. Here are its terms, rules, and laws. Moses gave them to the people when they came out of Egypt. They were now east of the Jordan River in the valley near Beth Peor. They were in the land of Sihon, the king of the Amorites. They ruled in Heshbon. But Moses and the Israelites won the battle over him after we came out of Egypt. They captured this land and made it their own, but they also took the land of Og, the king of Bashan. Sihon and Og were the 2 Amorite kings east of the Jordan River. Their land reached from Aroer on the rim of the Arnon River Valley to Mount Hermon. It included the whole Arab Valley east of the Jordan, and included land all the way to the Dead Sea below the slopes of Pisgah. Yeah, so we read all of it, so let's pray now. Dear God, send them out in DeuTeronomy chapter 4 today. They know that we're never going to pray to other gods, because I don't say that God is the real God, and we will obey you forever in our hearts, and we will not pray to other gods. And always sing. Yeah, so today I need to say goodbye now, so thanks for watching my videos. I will see you next time, so see you in chapter 5. Goodbye.